Hey, welcome back. Today we are going to be making some nice Ankara turban cap, and we're just going to make do with what I have here. So what are we going to be needing? We need an elastic band, you need the fabric cutter, some pins, and your tailor's chalk. Then for the fabric, this is an Ankara fabric I made out of this remaining piece of what I had from the dress to cut for this turban cap. So these are the main pieces of what I have. So I will just fold them as I have it here. So I fold by 2 what I have here. Okay, let me measure what I have here to see what I have. For this remaining expanse, this is what I have. I have the length I have here is for 25 inches length, and the width I have here is 30 inches. So we need the base, we need the band, and we need the band for the elastic. So I'm going to be using what I have here. I will be making use of the hair circumference of 22 inches. So I'll fold this by 2 so I can just go ahead and measure it directly. 22 inches divided by 2 will give me 11. So I'll mark my 11 inches here. I'm going to make use of the whole 25 inches length. The only thing I'm going to do is to remove the band from this same fabric. I'll remove the band there. So but let me cut out the 22. Okay, let me first of all mark my 22 inches. Then I will add, because you know that this is Ankara, is not stretchy, so I'm going to be using elastic to expand the back. So I'll be adding extra 3 inches to the back for expansion. Then I'll also do that same marking. What I have here is 14 and quarter. So I will do the same thing here till I get to the end. 14 and quarter. That's what I have here. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. So I will mark out the band from here. So I will use this part that is very that has these circle petals there. I will mark out my 4.5. I will use 4.5 inch for the band. I'll mark out 4.5. Then I'll cut it out. So I will use this as my band. So this is the band, and this is the base, what I will be working with. So I set it aside. The next thing I will be needing is the band for the elastic. So I'll go ahead and cut from this place. So I'm making a 10 inches width by 2.5 inches length. So I'll just fold it by 2 so I can have a very nice base to measure. So here I'm marking 10 inches, and mind you it's folded by 2. I will just remove 5 inches, and over here I will mark my 2.5 inch so I can sew the band. I sewed by 2, so I'll go ahead and cut it out. So this is the piece I'll be using for the band of the elastic. This is it. So what I have here is 10 inches by 2.5 inch. That's what I have here. So I will be using it to cover this elastic band. When we get there, I'll show you. Then I have another thing to cut out. I need the folding, the ruffles that will be in front of the turban. So I'm going to be making use of the plain and pattern because I'm needing a 30 inches width by 8 inches wide. So I'll just see what I have, if I can get that from what I have on this piece over here. So I want to use this as a base. Okay, yeah. These are the cuts we have, so I will just go ahead and go over them again. This one is going to be the ruffles that will be on the turban, and this is 30 inches width by 8 inches length. That's what we have here. Over here we have the band for the elastic. I use 2.5 by 10 inch. 2.5 by 10 inch. So this is the real band for the turban, the hair band for the turban. So this is 4.5 by 20 inches, 25 inches. So this is our main base now, the base for the turban. And this base we have 25 inches width by 25 inches width by 20.5 inches length. So this is exactly what we are going to use to achieve this turban. Over here we are going to quickly sew round our band to the turban itself. So we'll just go on, I will go on and sew the band to this place. When I'm sewing it, I will sew to exactly, I told you initially that the hair circumference I'm using for the client is 22 inches. So from the middle point, I'm going to mark the 22 inches exactly and stop there. Mind you, we added the allowance of 3 inches because of the elastic we're going to be using. So these 3 inches extra we added will be open. So when we are sewing our band, it's stopping at this 22 inches exactly. So I will do the same thing. I'm measuring from the center front. I will mark out the 3 inches that I was supposed to stop. So this is it. I will sew over from this line to this line. So this is what I'll go and run over, and I'll come back. Okay, I've gone ahead and joined it. I've already done the joining. Look at it. So this is the part I told you we're going to leave open, the 3 inches extra that we added. Then I also gone ahead and press, given sewn and given this a press, the band for the elastic. So what I will go ahead to do now is to go past, I'll pass the elastic over here. Pass the elastic over here. So I'll be using, I'll be using 3 inches or 3.5 inch. 3.5 inch. I'll go on and pass it. I've passed it on and I've gone ahead to secure it, both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and sew this part. This part, I will sew this part down, leaving this open. The same thing, I will sew this part down and leave this place open, so I can come and attach this to these sides. So I'm done joining it. This is what I have there. This is what I have there. So I'll go on and reduce this band. I'll reduce it to, I'll remove, it was 3 inches that were left, so I will remove the 3 inches exactly, leaving a little allowance I will use to tuck in. So I will remove 2.5 inch on both sides. 2.5 inch on both sides. So I will go on and fold this inside the 1/2 inch I left alone. Fold it in. Fold it in like this on both ends. A elastic band that we did earlier and attach it there. So I will tuck this inside. Mind you, know the part that is sewn, the part that is sewn should be inside. So I will just fix it in like this. and I will go and use the sewing machine to top stitch on it. I'll top stitch it here, and I will take it over like this at the front and meet the other end, and also fold it in like this, and I will sew the both of them like this, and I'll come back and show you how it looks like. Okay, here we are. I'm done sewing, joining it. It added to this place, so I will just go ahead and reduce it when I'm done sewing it. So what we'll do next is to join this place to this place. We'll join from here to here. So from this place, I'm going to be creating an opening here, that where the ruffles will be passing. So the opening I will be creating, I will use 1.5 inch opening. So when I'm sewing, I get to this place, I'll stop sewing here. So what I will do is to measure out 2 inches from here. From this place, I'll measure at 2 inches. So I will sew from these 2 inches all the way to stop here. So I will cut off the remaining excess that is not needed in this place. I will just add 1/2 inch because I don't need to like too much allowance on my seam line. So I'll go on and sew from here and stop at the 1.5 inch opening that we're going to use to attach our ruffles. So I'm done sewing. This is what I have. I have this place. There's an opening here. Don't worry about it. By the time we are done, you'll see how the opening will turn out to be. So after this, we are done with this. We'll move on to the ruffles. So this is the ruffles band. I will go on and join it like this. Join it, the 8 inches that we have here, I will join it this way. The ruffles also have joined it. So the next thing I will do is to pass my needle and thread, which I've already done. You pass by 4, and you're going to sew from here until you get to this point. So you use a loose stitch. Let's quickly sew it. So I start from here. I use a running stitch. I'll quickly run it down. So I'm done. I'll just go on and pull it. Done pulling it. I will just secure it here so that it will be firm. I'm done securing it, cut it off. Then I'll turn it to the right side. So this is how it looks, the right side. This is the opening where we left the other time. So this opening is just going to form like this. So the next thing we are going to do is to take the ruffles band and pleat it like this. Check this is where I want to use as my front. So I will hold it like this. I will also come to the band, the turban cap, and I also gather it. So this point that we left open. Yes, so I will pull this inside. Pull it, I'll turn it over. I'll pull it inside. Pull it inside. Pull it out. So I'll start folding them together here, 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 so I get to the end. So I'll use my sewing machine to run it from this end to this end. So I'll go and run it and come back and show us the article. So I'm done sewing. This is what I have there. This is how it looks. It's coming out beautiful already. So what I will do is to try to turn the sewn part inside so that I can hide it. So I will just go over and pull it to the other end, pull it out until I get to the other end. So I will just show us the outcome when I'm done doing that. So I'm done turning it out. This is what the outside looks like. Hope you learned something today. Put a comment down below if you are going to be making this project. Subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification bell and like.